Hello everyone, today's video session will be on CleWin software. CleWin 4 is a layout editor designed to run under the Windows 2000, XP and Vista operating system. It has a straightforward and easy to use interface. CleWin uses the well-known Caltech intermediate format as its native format. CleWin can read and write GDSI files. So today we'll be learning how to use this software. So this is the main window of our CleWin software. To open a new file, we'll have to first click on Files. You can create a new file over here like this. It consists of this main window of CleWin software consists of 4 major components. First is the menu bar over here. This provides access to almost all the commands. Then second, we have a mode selector tab over here. This defines the current editing mode. And third, we have a toolbar over here. This is a row of buttons that provides quick access to some frequently used commands. Then fourth, we have a layer panel over here. This defines the currently active layer. It contains shortcut to single layer and lock symbols and group commands. In this software, we can also change the background setting. For that, you'll have to right click on your mouse. Then you can select this option of background setting. You can change the size of mask layout to say 5" cross 5". And you can change the wafer outline to 3". And then you can press OK. So as you can see that the layout is now changed to 5" mask layout and the wafer outline is changed to 3". Today we'll be working on 3" mask layout. So I'll change it back to 3" layout and a wafer layout of 2". So now you can see that here we have a mask layout of 3" and a wafer outline of 2". Now we will see how to insert objects or patterns in a CleWin software. Before starting with that, let me explain you 2 important concepts involved in this CleWin software. First is grids. When you zoom in into the mask layout, you can see that there are dots at regular intervals. These dots over here are called as grids. The spacing between these grids can also be changed. You can left click on this grid option and then you can change this value as per your requirements. And then you can select OK. So now you can see that the distance between 2 grid points is changed accordingly. You can measure that using this option in toolbar. One more important thing to note here is all units in CleWin software are in micron. Second important thing over here is grid lines. To create the grid lines, you can see that we have 2 rulers over here. These 2 rulers will help you to create the grid lines. When you click on these rulers, you see that these dotted lines will be created. These lines are called as grid lines. These will help you to add your designs into the software. So like this, I've created a grid over here, or I've created an area over here. In this area, you can put your objects or your design. Suppose I need to add a rectangle. I can click on this option over here to add rectangle. And then simply I can click on this, and as you can see that the square is snapped into that particular area. Suppose you need to add a contact pad of 5 micron. For that, first you have to create a grid. So first I'll click on this 0 coordinate over here. And then a second 0 coordinate over here. Then I can click on 5 micron over here and 5 micron here. So now an area of 5 micron has been created over here. So that I can choose. So now I'll choose the option to insert rectangles over here. And then I can simply add or insert that pattern into my design. So as you can see that particular contact pad has been snapped into this area. You can also measure this using a scale over here. See that this is 5 micron contact pad. You can also duplicate patterns on your design. For that, you'll have to first select your design or your pattern. Then you have to right click on the mouse and you can choose this option to duplicate over here. Just click on that option. Then you can add the number of rows you want that pattern to be duplicated and the number of columns you want it to be duplicated. Then you have to mention the spacing over here, column spacing over here. You can click OK. Now you can see that the contact pad has been duplicated at a distance of 10 micron. 10 micron vertically as well as 10 micron horizontally. Now I'll show you how to invert patterns on CleWin software. For that, first you have to select the entire area that you want to invert. Then you can right click on this option. Then you can choose this option of shaping over here. And then in that, you can choose this option of invert. Then you have to specify the border. Suppose we need a border of 10 micron. You can mention that over here. And then you have to press OK. So you can see that the entire area has been inverted with a border of 10 micron. So this way you can also invert the patterns on your CleWin software. So now I'll tell you how to add different shapes or patterns in CleWin software. So the toolbar over here will help you to add various shapes into your design. So the option over here, that is insert regular polygons, you can choose this option and you can add polygons to your design. Like with this option, I can add hexagon into my design. With this option, I can insert wires into my design. You can see that a wire has been inserted into the zip design. You can right click on this option and you can go to wire setting. And you can change the end to flattened by clicking on this option. So now you can see that I've inserted a wire with flattened. Similarly, you can change it to extended end. With this option, you can insert circles into your design. You have to just left click on your mouse and then right click. You can also change the properties of this circle. You can change the diameter. You can see that right now we have a circle of 100 micron radius. So this way you can add circles to your design. You can also add text to your design. For that, you have to click on this option to insert text, and then you can click on the layout, and then you can add the text which you want to add into your design, and then press OK. Using this option, you can change the size of the text. This way you can add text to your design. So now we will see how to add layers to our mask file. For that, you can go to this tab. You can go to this layer tab over here. You have to right click on it, and you can choose this option to add layers. You have to mention the name of the layer which you need to add. You can mention that I need to add layer 2. You can press OK, and you can see that one more layer will be added to your design. So currently both are active. So you can close this second layer, and now only layer 1 will be active. So you can add any figure or any pattern in your layer 2. I mentioned these two things. You can close this layer and you can switch on this layer. So you can add a pattern in your layer 2. Then you can disable this layer, choose second layer, and you can add pattern in your second layer. Now you can see that we have pattern in both first layer then second layer. You can pick both of them and both will be initialized. Right now it is showing only layer 2. When you click this option and remove this option, you can see that only layer 4 will be active. Like this, you can add layers to your design. You can also do various operations in CleWin software. Suppose you want to create a pattern like this in your design. Then in such case, first you have to select these two patterns, and then you can see the options over here will be activated. So this option over here will help you to merge these two patterns. So you can click on this option and you can see that these two patterns are acting as if they are one single pattern because they both are merged together. Suppose you need only the intersecting part of this particular pattern, then you can choose this option of intersecting over here, and you can see that only the intersecting part is remaining and rest of the area will be deleted. Similarly, you can also XOR the operation. That means when you click on this option, only the intersecting portion will be deleted and rest of the area will remain. Then we have an option over here to subtract. First figure of your design will be subtracted from the second figure of your design. So when you click on this, so you can see that the circle area has been subtracted from your square area. Finally, we have a last option over here, that is to invert the object. With this option, you can also mention the width, border, and you can see that only the invert portion with the border will remain and rest of the area will be deleted. You can also rotate the object using this option over here in this mode selector tab. And click on this option and you can change the angle at which this object is placed. So maybe I can change it to 90 degree. Click on OK and you can see that it has been rotated by 90 degree. So these were the basic operations which we can do on CleWin software. Finally, you can save your file going to File tab and you can click on Save. You can write the file name. You can save your file. So this was the basic demonstration of mask designing in CleWin software. Thank you.